Slowly but surely, we are transforming our Texas cottage into a home, and focusing on those first impression spaces can make a big impact on how a home feels. This week, we are making over the first space you see right when you walk in the front door, the entryway. Hello guys, and welcome back to the cottage. This week we're starting a new project, something we haven't worked on yet before, something I haven't even talked about yet, so it's gonna be a surprise. I feel like to fuel my creative juices, I kind of have to jump around in the house to different projects, especially those that are going to be easier or quicker to get to the pretty progress. Like we went into the dining room and I worked on the dining room because it was something you saw from the outside of the house and I was like, maybe I should do this space. But there's another space in the house that you see right away when you enter, the entryway. Specifically, the entryway to the hallway. This area here. Now, this is all original. All of this is original trim here. These are original glass. Everything stayed because I loved it. I loved this as a walkway. Technically, this is an exterior opening. So comment down below if you remember what it was, what you went into when you walked through there. It was a porch that was turned into a sleeping porch at some point, that was sinking, that was so sloped that the windows didn't even close anymore. It had just sunk that bad. It was in really rough shape. So we assessed what was there and we were able to salvage as much as we could. We were specifically able to salvage all of the windows. So those have all been restored and those are actually in the primary bathroom. And I really loved the entryway. This was where I started designing our addition. I thought about this entryway and how we could tie in an addition onto the existing house using that as the access point. And I knew it was going to go into a hallway because there had to be access to all of the spaces and all of the rooms that we were going to be putting off of here. But the last thing I wanted was for the hallway to feel closed off and cramped and like a long corridor. So I wanted to make the hallway as wide as possible. This area here is 5 foot deep. So when you enter, there's plenty of space to walk, but also decorate. And then you continue down the hallway and it closes off to about 4 foot behind the pantry. And then it opens up to 6 foot going into the primary suite. So it's really big. So if you're designing a house, think about the size of your hallway and make sure you just add, if you just add a little bit, it can really make a big difference. In planning this space too, I knew we were gonna decorate this wall. So when you walked into the house, I wanted this like beautiful moment. I wanted it to be like a beautiful piece of art. And with that, I made sure to put an outlet high because I wanted it to be covered by the piece of art so that it could plug in a picture light so it would be lit up like a piece of art that's in like a museum. I saw that here, I wanted that. I love moody. I gravitate towards moody art. I gravitate towards moody rooms. I love the calm, cozy, like snuggle up feeling. And I really wanted every room in the house to really feel like that. My first step to designing any space is to do a deep dive into Pinterest. We all know we love to look at rooms that inspire us. So I did find this picture. It's just of the outside of a building. And the color of the building paired with the kind of rust terracotta pots just really spoke to me. And then Romeo was walking out of that entryway from the bedrooms and he was wearing the same color shirt as this wall. And I was like, stop, let me see it. And so I stepped back from it and looked at that color shirt in this space and I was like, this would be a beautiful color to paint this space. Our first step is to clean up this what once was an exterior door. When we demoed off the sleeping porch, this was really exposed to the elements and we had a lot of rain last year. So it just kind of deteriorated the glazing, the paint, which is great for us because it's coming off really easy. I need to get all this glazing off. I need to sand it down a little bit. We've already kind of been working on it. Metal attachments off. It also has door stops, which we need to remove from this door so that it looks more like an opening. This is the same stop trim that's used throughout the house, so I can use it. So which is great, so we can use it in another place.
Teach me how you fly so free.
Okay, so once I had that one inspiration picture and Romeo's shirt, look at this shirt, look at this color. I love this color. Once I had this, I could start looking for paints to test in this area. So a big thank you to Benjamin Moore for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I love their paints. We've used Benjamin Moore throughout our entire house from exterior and interior projects. And now once again, we're gonna be picking the perfect color for in here because they have over 3,500 different colors. And because they have their own formulas, their colors can't be matched by any other paint company. I first flipped through to see if there were any colors that matched this. It was like an ashy green gray, ashy green gray. It was kind of what we were going for. The one that I found in here was actually called Nightfall. It was darker than what I wanted, but I think it was a great jumping off point. So once I found Nightfall, I searched Nightfall on benjaminmoore.com. They have a new digital experience where you can search a color that you find maybe in store or when you're just looking online, and it'll give you light colors. It'll show you the color in ambient light, at daytime, at nighttime, and it'll show you the color in a space. So you can really get to imagine what the color will be like in your home. So I ordered 5 different colors for us to sample in this space. They come in these 8-ounce color sample jars from Benjamin Moore's online store. It was super easy to order and they were delivered straight to our door. They even come with a tester brush, which is gonna make it super easy for us to test these in the space. So this is Night Train. It's more of a blue undertone. And you may be one of those people that are like, these all look the exact same color. Or you may be one of those people like me that see color in such an intense way. And so I can see every undertone in all of these colors. This one is Millstone Gray. Now this is where my gut is telling me I want to go, but I mean, we shall see. This is the darkest one. This is Deep River. Yeah, Deep River. And then we have the most gray, which is Asphalt. And one more, which is Duxbury Gray. Based on these colors, comment down below which one you would pick, and we'll go through them together and I'll give you my thoughts. So not only is it important for me to see the paint in the space itself, but also at different times of day, what it's gonna look like in the morning, in the afternoon, at golden hour, at nighttime. Okay, so we need to take into consideration this rich tone wood because this is what we're keeping. I think that this one is way too gray. This is Asphalt. Although very close, it's too light and it's got a little bit more blue than I would like it. Let's do that one. That one was Night Train. This is Deep River. I'm really worried about this being too dark. Okay, so we have 2 left. We have Duxbury Gray and Millstone Gray. And then my gut's telling me Millstone. That's the one I liked the most in the pictures. When I was looking on Benjamin Moore's website, that's the one I liked the most. Millstone Gray it is. Since we have fresh drywall throughout the whole house, we start every painting project on the walls or the cabinets with Benjamin Moore's Fresh Start High Hiding Primer. I actually have it in a big boy. We are going to prime this whole space. We're also gonna prime the wood trim that's back here.
Stepping out of the shadow in my room, caught between cowboy clouds and mist. Silver gray, sparkle eyes, crystal blue. I was lost to the menace of the night. Sucker punch.
So we'll still come back and put some trim around the windows. But even with it primed, it looks 100 times better. Now we're ready to paint the Millstone Gray. I've contemplated a lot about what walls got this gray. And is it all of the walls, everything? Is it just an accent wall? Is it 2 kind of walls that have it? I have to take into consideration the rest of the hallway. We're gonna start with what we know and go from there because I'm not sure. I think I want to use this in combination with gray mist. We're doing gray mist pretty much on all of the ceilings. So the ceiling in here will be gray mist and the inside of the closet will be gray mist. Paint the back wall Millstone Gray. Along for my thought process is like, how much more do we paint in gray? Because this is a beautiful color. It's just kind of a bolder color. So let's see. I love this color. It's like the perfect amount of green and gray. It's like good.
Tripped on
You guys remember this? It was just broken, but I love it. It's so pretty. What we are gonna have to do is switch the handle, the knob, from this side to this side because I think it needs, where it is, it needs to open. Should have opened from that side in where it was before too. The stain and everything is in really good shape, so I'm hoping that we could just pop the glass out and put some Restore finish on it and liven it up a little bit. I think maybe there's like a DIY you could do on glass to make it look like this. That would be kind of cool. Oh, we'll see. What do we think about this wall being green? Or, I say green, millstone gray. What do we think about this wall being millstone gray or gray mist? I'm gonna paint a little swatch of gray mist on this wall so we can really see. My gut is telling me that millstone gray should not just be one wall. My gut is telling me to do the back wall millstone gray and also this wall. So we'll do the trim around this door also stained the transom because this will also have the transom window that goes above it. And then this wall in front of me, around the trim, all the trim, everything needs to be gray mist. And then we continue gray mist down the hallway later. Remember, it's just paint. You can totally change it if you want to. Paint can do amazing things for a space. You'd think that by painting something darker, it would actually make it feel smaller or more closed in. I think through this renovation, we're pairing dark and light, so it makes everything feel cozy, but also not like it's closed in because there is this contrast between dark and light. This color is beautiful. For your next makeover or a project that you're working on, definitely check out Benjamin Moore Paints. Find an inspiration picture to kick you in the right direction and then order samples to get delivered to you, or you can find a local Benjamin Moore dealer in your area on their website. So, this is so exciting. This is creating the perfect base for something very amazing. Tomorrow, my mom is gonna bring over the piece of art that she has been painting for me, her oil painting that's gonna go right here. I'm too excited, it's too good. Let's see what we can do for this door. First, we gotta get the glass out. And I think it's gonna be pretty easy. So I put the door face down. There's just like this little trim here on the inside. It's like they never finished the back of the door. Super strange. So I'm gonna use this baby crowbar and see if I can just pop this piece out. Don't really have to be careful with the glass, obviously, it's already broken. So the only thing that this door is going to cost us is a new piece of glass. Let's see if I can get the glass out of here. Ta-da! Let me give the door a little sponge bath. It's been back there in the shed for a while. What I find with Restore Finish, it doesn't really change the color. It just kind of brings some life back to whatever it is. That's why you kind of pick a color that's closest, but it's not really gonna change it that much. And I just rub it on with a scrap piece of cloth. See, it just kind of like makes it vibrant and healthy. I mean, in this way, it still has a rustic, original look to it. It's not perfect like a new door, but it has some life. Like it's been kind of, you know, thought about a little bit. Okay, next up, we make the door frame. So the interior doors, I make about 1 inch off the ground, just so that they have room to like swing and nothing gets in their way. So I'm gonna measure the height of the door from top to bottom, and it is 77 3/4. So I'm gonna add 1 inch. I don't even think I really need a whole inch, really. Maybe we make it 78 1/2, and that's plenty. Width, 29 and 5/8. I added a little bit there too. So we're gonna make the opening 29 and 3/4. On the top measurement, the width of the door, that's the part that goes on top, so it extends past the two side pieces. So I'm gonna add 1.5 inches. That's gonna accommodate for the thickness of the wood. So I need 2 pieces at 78.5 and 1 piece at 31.25. Got my 90-degree angle clamps. I'm gonna use these to make a right angle and make sure it's like nice and square, and then use my multi-purpose screws to attach the top and the 2 sides, and we have a door frame. Super, super simple once you get the sizes that you need. Okay. I did customize all of these openings, so this should fit pretty snug, ideally, but we could shim it, you know, to make sure that it's plumb and stuff. The finish it trim is not a quick thing to install and perfect and paint. In the closets, I didn't really, maybe the bigger closets we will actually put pretty baseboards, but I just didn't think like crown molding and pretty baseboards needed to be in like smaller spaces. So like this closet, for instance, looking in all of my salvage materials that we had from the house, this is the thick boy. So I had enough, I had 3 big pieces. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect to put into the closets. When I'm cutting like baseboards and crown molding, I like to go ahead and cut all of my pieces first. So I have all my little pieces, and then I like to lay them all out before I start nailing them in, just so that I make sure that I have the right pieces in the right spot. And I also, when I cut them, I number them. So this is number 4, so this is this wall here. Okay, now we're gonna build a transom window for over this door in the hallway. And I have a whole tutorial on how I did it and how I made them so that all of our doors had like a very consistent height. It looked designed and thought about since we were using all salvage doors. So I will link that video if you want a full tutorial on how I built them. So we're gonna be doing the exact same thing, just specific to this door. So some of the things that I take into consideration is how much space there is here for a glass, because I want the transom to kind of match that. So each transom throughout the house is different in measurement. Process is the same. I basically put together a box with pocket holes. So this we'll call the box of the transom, and then I put flatter pieces of wood to kind of build in the trim part of the transom, which also holds the glass. So I have been testing loads of stain colors to match this original stain from the house. I'm getting close, but I haven't perfected it yet. But lucky for us, I've salvaged all the trim from what we took out of the house. I'm doing the same thing I did to the door, filling the holes with some wood putty and just using the Restore finish. And I think that they're coming out pretty well. I mean, I just did this one, look how pretty. So they're gonna be, again, like a little bit rustic, but they're gonna be really, really like authentic to the house. So that makes me happy. Yeah, they're cleaning up really well. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
If I ask you, don't hold back on me.
I always get worried I didn't make it right.
Better if you set it free. In a new light, we can see everything clear. Are we really happy here? There's a shadow
So now let's talk about art, because you know, I purposely put a plug there. I purposely wanted a picture light over a beautiful piece of art, and there was no better place to get art, I guess, or a person to commission to do art for me than my mom. So she painted an original piece of art for me, inspired by something that she had found at an estate sale that I loved and that she wouldn't give to me. She's laughing at me because she's also here because she just brought it over, and it's absolutely beautiful. We're gonna show them.
Not framed though.
Yeah, we're about to frame it too. I already have the frame for it. She actually wrapped canvas around the insert to the frame that I already had. 1, 2, 3.
Flowers.
I'm in love. My mom used to paint a lot in oils. We kind of started doing acrylics because we wanted to sell originals, and they take a really long time to dry if you do them in oil. So this is in oil. So it's not sealed. It's still wet in a sense. And there's so much detail. I love all the moody colors. And when we seal it too, you said it might age it, make it more golden,
Right.
and aged
But
looking.
yeah, it'll bring all the colors out. You'll see a lot more depth to it.
But we can't do that for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a while. But that's okay, because look how pretty. That's gonna be the first thing you see when you come into the house. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, let's put it in the frame. The frame is so pretty. It has a lot of black in it. So this is the frame that we're gonna be putting it in. And I got this from a little yard sale thing, and it had a velvet picture in it that was torn. So I ripped the velvet out. I got this for $3. We're just gonna put it in here with some pin nails. I already see one here. So that we can easily pop it out in 6 months and seal it. So it's gonna be a little bit temporary. We'll wait until it's all finished and then finish out the back with some of that craft paper tape that I love. So I went out to my home decor shed, that's what we should call it, and pulled out all the art that I thought could complement the one that my mom painted, because that's gonna be front and center. That's gonna be right in the center. But there's kind of space on the left side of this art that is kind of large. And I was like, this might be a really amazing opportunity to do a small gallery wall. So I pulled everything out and I was kind of playing with it last night, and I think I kind of determined what would look really good. I kind of arranged the pieces of art on top and then coming down the left side. But so we know where we can put the art, we need an entryway table. Mom and I were at a local kind of like pop-up shop, thrift store, flea market, home decor thing. And I bought a different table that had like some brown tiling and stuff, and it was really pretty. My mom bought this one, and she said that I could have it. She was like, well, I don't have a place for it, so if you want it, I'll sell it to you. So I was like, yeah. But I thought it would be perfect here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm almost too excited for this. This is so special. Okay, I have a picture light, an art light like this. I got it for $2 at an estate sale. And I didn't know if it worked, but I've tested it now and it does work. So they're meant to be attached to the back of a piece of art itself. So the art and the light is one unit. But since we need to remove the art and it's not finished on the back, I don't want to attach it. I swiveled these little plates around and I'm going to attach it to the wall. So I just need to figure out the placement. Oh, wow. I could honestly have like a bigger light, like so it shines more. I didn't know what this one would do, you know, but if we come across another one at an estate sale or somewhere, I would love for it to kind of like hit. I don't think you can adjust this. You know, the art and the table are centered to the opening. So you see how much space there is here? That's why I thought it might be pretty as a gallery wall. I'm just gonna start hanging and see where my creative kind of eye takes me.
is really nice.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys, I love it. It's giving library vibes, which is making me really happy. I love how it finishes out this side. It was just too much space over here, so I knew I had to do something. Otherwise, I would have had to put like a plant or a floor lamp or something to fill this space, and I feel like I wanted the hallway to still feel as wide as possible, so I didn't want to set anything on the floor there other than maybe just like a little decorative. My mom said I could put like a little umbrella stand, so it would be nice, but it hadn't rained in like weeks, so. So good. So for the glass in this door, I couldn't decide if I wanted to recreate a frosted glass look that was originally in this door or go with like a reeded glass. I didn't know. So I tried a DIY because I've never done frosted glass before, but it's a really simple process. But I used a stencil. What do you guys think about this? I think it's beautiful. I don't know if this frosted look is going to offer as much coverage because there's so much glass that's see-through for a closet, but you know, I wanted to try something new. So I recently got this lamp at an estate sale. I thought it was so pretty. It was more expensive than I usually pay for things at an estate sale. It was $65, but I thought it was so pretty because I liked the milk glass so that the light wasn't so harsh. If it didn't have this and it was just that, the light would be so intense. What I also love about the plug being behind this piece of art is that I can also plug the lamp into it so that you don't see any cords or any plugs down here. It's like completely camouflaged. The piece of art will cover the majority of the cord too, and it'll just come down right behind the lamp. So since that gallery wall is on this side with a lot of height, I'm gonna put the height of the lamp on this side. So see how harsh that light is? When I put the milk glass over it, it gets softer, and it's much more of a calming look, especially for like an entryway or hallway. I'd love to leave this light on all the time. And we can add a few art books. I got these at an estate sale as well. The Romance of Leonardo da Vinci and The Life of Rembrandt. And I felt like it kind of pulled in the colors from the wall and the accenting kind of like orangey beige color. I found this beautiful vase at a local shop here, and it's turned wood. This is a wooden vase. Look how pretty that is, and just moody. How about going with something lighter? But because we have the milk glass, it kind of took care of that light kind of look that I wanted in contrast to the walls. So I could use a pretty vase like this.
Hummingbird, I hear you calling, beckoning me in so sweetly. Just slow down, let's take this lightly. Teach me how you fly so free.
I hope you guys enjoyed making over our entryway with me. Like always, there are still little details because I'm a perfectionist. There are still some things that need to happen. I have yet to find the perfect combination of stain to match the 100-year-old stain that's here. And I have now tried about 20 different stain options, both oil-based and water-based. So around the transom has been stained. It just doesn't look like the color I'm finding I can get really close. It's the creaminess, the consistency, the depth. It's 100 years old. I have 2 more water-based stains coming tomorrow that I'm gonna try. And then I'm also going to just take a sample of this old wood to the hardware store and be like, I need to match this, and we'll just test it on some new wood that we have. Once I get the stain down, I'm gonna put the doorknob and paint the back plate. 3 options actually that I pulled out. I have all black, and we'll have a plate as well. We have all black, which is not my favorite, if I'm being honest. There's not much black in here except for in the picture frame, but it's kind of stark. This kind of like coppery bronze one, which, what do you think about that? That's actually nice, but does it clash with the brass or complement the brass? We could do like the oatmeal ceramic kind of speckled like we have in the front door, which this is the closest door to that. So it could be white. And white is actually really nice because then it ties in the gray mist and also this light. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about these 3. I'll also be kind of building out the inside of that closet for a coat closet, so putting a rod and shelving and stuff probably over on my vlog channel. So if you guys are not already subscribed to the vlog channel for even more content, I will leave it linked for you as well. Next up, we are starting a fun project outside. We have just realized that it's not gonna get any cooler in Texas, and I want to do things outside. We have one major project that we're working on outside for next week. So come back, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification so you know exactly when I upload every week. And I will see you guys in the next video. Do you love your new entryway? It makes such a big difference. This is like pretty progress, like times a million, huh? Bye guys.